Yes, guys, episode 25 of the Blue Balls podcast. And what a time to start. What a time for the 25th episode. We finally got an away win against a big six team. We finally beaten a top six team. Tottenham 1, Chelsea 4. I don't think anybody could have predicted this scoreline going into the game. I would have just been happy for a little 1-0, if anything. Or even like if we had come back and drawn, because after the first 10 minutes, I thought we were getting battered. But what an insane game of football. By London Derby standards, by Chelsea Tottenham standards, it literally even beats Battle of the Bridge in terms of controversy. But there's plenty to get into the game. Obviously, there's a little bit of transfer news, and we're going to preview the Man City game as well. So stay tuned, people. Check out everybody's socials as well. Literally just the name on the bottom left of the corner. So everybody head over and sub to all of the guys. And yeah, it's good to be back after a convincing win for the first time in ages. Kev, what are you telling me, bro? You all good?
Yeah, man. Fucking hell. I can't even say. There's no words to describe that game Monday. Like, I was sat right here screaming at my telly. One goal winning. Disallowed. Next goal winning. Red cards, goals. That game. I kind of like for you to go to the game, you've got to have been fucking happy to say you went, because that was a special game. Like, it had absolutely everything. And my neighbours must think I'm on drugs or mad or something. I was screaming. Like, when the goal, how many goals went in? We must have scored about 7 goals. And 2-3 got disallowed, and Tottenham got placed. It was a good game to watch.
It was like 10 goals in that match overall.
I don't even know, man. Like, it was
bro, the goals were just flying in, bro.
Because the Son one got disallowed for them. They had, what was it, the Dyer volley at the end. So we had 7 goals disallowed, 10 goals overall. That's insane.
It was crazy, man. It's crazy. But the thing is, though, I was screaming at the goal, and then I was screaming again 2 seconds after when VAR cancelled it out. So it was just a double whammy, man. It was mad. But yeah, what can we say? Absolutely delighted to get the 3 points. Who would have thought that we'd get a win at fucking 3-point lane? I never thought we would. So to go there and beat them 4-1, fuck me. Brilliant, man. Brilliant.
Unbelievable. Fata, obviously, you're at the grounds with me. Probably one of the best aways we both ever experienced. Have you still recovered from it?
I can't lie. I'm still on cloud 9. I had a back pain. After the game. I had a back pain. I had a sore left knee. I just recovered since that game. But yeah, it's one of those games that I will never ever forget. Like, even though it's easy to say that it's equal as well as that Battle of the Bridge 2016, but yeah, I will never see anything like this ever again. Everything, what happened in that game is just like the emotions, the passion, everything. The derby, people call it the Chelsea-Tottenham rivalry or the worst derby. No, like, they're probably the most underrated derbies of all time in England. It just goes to show that Chelsea in a bigger game occasion, like, they always turn up, especially against Tottenham. We hate Tottenham because it's our DNA. And yeah, I'm not only surprised, but the amount of the performance that we've had, even though we've been gifted by 2 players' advantage because of the red card. Yeah, you got to take it what's in front of you. And even before the start of that game, like, I didn't expect that we get out of that ground for 3 points. Yeah. So that's the first hurdle that we passed on against Tottenham, but we got massive tests.
Facts. Still got a lot of tests coming up. Last but not least, my guy Don, what are you telling me, bro? What a week.
Bro, I'm sitting here. I'm still on cloud 9 myself, bro. Not even because of the performance. I'm just happy to shut them lot up. You know what I'm saying? Patrick, Jules, their whole fan base. We've come to the 3-point lane, taking all 3 after they've been screaming week after week after week. We're gonna batter you lot. Chelsea are shit. You lot can't score goals. This, that. But guess what? Yeah, you lot think you're in a title race, and we came and took all 3 points. Yeah, we're the first team that you've lost to this season. Yeah, and you're the first team. We're the first team now that they've actually got these injuries to key players. We've been warning Spurs about their depth, right? And if they lose players like Van de Ven and Maddison and that, you get what I'm saying? It's not looking good for them now. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get into the performance. I'm not happy with it overall. I'll be real with you lot. It should have been 8-1, in fact, right? That game.
Yeah.
But I'll take that 4-1 scoreline, because if you asked me before the game, would you take 4-1? I would have I would have chewed your hand off. You know what I'm saying? I would have ripped it off, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'll take that in it, but it should have been 8-9-1, bro. It should have been a classic game where we just battered Spurs completely. Do you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah, we'll speak about it.
Before we talk about Chelsea, I want to start on Tottenham, because I've seen a lot of spin from the media about how they played with heart and how they played with character, how they played the right way, even going down to 9 men. Me personally, let me know if I'm being too harsh or nothing, but I think they just showed the same weak mentality that we've seen from Tottenham over the last 20 years. 1-0 up, in control, and then they lose their heads. Romero gets sent off.
They capitulated. And okay, as much as that Ange Postecoglou was saying, even if we went down to 5 men, I want my team to play the same way. Nah, because your team could have been getting licked for 10. If we turned up and had a Vlahovic or a top class striker instead of Jackson, he could have at least got 7 goals in that game. 7 goals at least. So you know what I'm trying to say? So as much as they say, oh, we fighted and this and that, you've just got turned over by your biggest rivals on your own pitch by a team that's 12 players, a team which is still trying to find the feet, and you still coming with giving it a big one about we performed and we showed desire. Now you never showed desire. You just showed the same Spursy movements that you've always done and flopped. So hopefully this is the start of their downfall for the rest of the season. And who else but Chelsea to start it? Yeah.
It couldn't have happened to a nicer club. Don, what was your thoughts on Tottenham's collapse?
Bro, listen, they've got to hold that one. Listen, let me big them up first of all, innit? Because I can't lie, the first 10, 15 minutes, Lewis, yeah, I was looking at it like, bro, we're gonna get battered, right? Because even Reece James, bro, Brennan Johnson was moving to him. Everyone was getting spun on the pitch, every single person. And I saw a tweet. I don't know if you guys saw, because you was at the game. Apparently, Enzo said something to Poch about changing the system or something like that. Is that true?
Apparently, like we wouldn't have been able to tell from the way.
There was conversations. Reece went over to Poch, and he was just like talking about something. So,
bro, they were playing. Yeah, Kev, they were playing some good football, man. Like the triangles, they were basically playing how we've been playing this season. To be fair, like in terms of the movement and the little triangles in the midfield. But then after that Udogie challenge, we grew into the game. I think that gave us a little bit of life. I've seen this narrative online that we didn't play well the whole game. I disagree, man. I think even before they went down to 10 men, we were playing well for 5-10 minutes or something like that, up to 15 minutes, I would say. And then they lost their head. You know what I mean? That's Spurs mentality for you. They lost their head. They were winning, and they go and do that. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, we take those 3 points, man. But we're definitely going to get into the performance, Lewis, because it was not good enough. Not good enough.
We might as well touch on that part now, to be fair. I feel it's the right way to segue into it, because I'm very happy with the fact that eventually we did make it 4-1. But there was a big 20-25 minute period in the second half where I literally was ripping my hair out at some of the play I saw in the final third. We looked so disjointed. The decision-making was ridiculous at times. I'm seeing Cucurella run through on goal, see Sterling in a perfect position to cut back, looks at him dead in the eyes and shoots. Sterling, some of the passes.
He done the same against Brentford, by the way, Cucurella. He done the same thing against Brentford when Palmer played him through.
Yeah, then there was Jackson just missing so many good chances throughout the game as well. It only seems to be Cole Palmer that had a very good full 90 in general. But Don, I know you want to start on this one, so I'll let you have the floor.
Bro, individually, man, there was just a lot of players that weren't really playing well to start off with. I'll be real with you. Like, I think top 3 for me in the game was probably Palmer, Caicedo, and Silva. He was class. Yeah. He was good that game. He's been good the past few games, to be honest with you. And I think that just beats the narrative out of the way now that Silva can't play in the back 4. What it is with Silva, he needs protection in front of him. And now he's got that with Caicedo. Do you know what I'm saying? Before, when we tried to play in the back 4, it was with Jorginho and them lot. That's not any protection. Do you know what I mean? So I think overall, bro, it was very immature, you know? Spurs had a high line, and we just kept trying to rush. Every single time was rushing it. And then eventually, when we started to compose ourselves, that's when we got that second goal. You know, that nice bit of play of Reece James and that goes to Sterling, and then Jackson gets the first goal. So it just goes to show that this team is inexperienced. It showed it a lot. And again, it showed that we need to go get a striker in January. 110%. Like Todd Bowley and Nick Barley were watching that game, and listen, they're on the phone to multiple agents right now. They're talking to their accountants right now about trying to get money together and that, because they know that we're going to need a striker. I don't see how we leave January without a striker, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, big up players. Like I said, Caicedo, he was very good. You know, it's a shame that goal didn't count. Palmer, again, just doing what Palmer does.
What's a goal?
Yeah. Very good goal, bro. And Palmer got the assist for that goal as well. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, like I said, Silva, he was very good at the back as well. So, yeah, man, there's a lot of work to do against City. I don't think we're going to play like that against City. I know we'll preview it a little bit later, but we need to fix up in front of goal, man. I don't know what these lot do in training, like when it comes to shooting drills. It's an absolute joke, like absolute joke. You know what I mean? So we just have to brush that one aside, man, and hope that we kick on at the weekend.
I'm just gonna add something. I thought the first 20 minutes, I thought we were dog shit.
Oh yeah, terrible.
Yeah,
terrible. That was the worst. That was the worst I've seen from Chelsea so far. The first 20 minutes.
I would say before the Reds before Spurs scored. No, after Spurs scored and before the Red, that's it. We actually seemed to dominate more in terms of the stats. Like we had more shots, we had more possession. We scored 2 goals that did get disallowed, but it does show the control that we had at that point. I genuinely think it's just a 20-minute bad spell, and then the rest is just more on us for just not really showing any cutting edge in the final third, if anything.
We look timid at the back. We look so panicking at times.
Yeah. Everywhere, bro. Everywhere.
I think that was about it. Actually, at the end, Disasi had that worrying moment with Son too.
I don't think it was that bad, Lewis. I think people are overdoing that, man. Do you think it was that bad? What Disasi did?
They're overdoing it in terms of we need to bench Disasi. This is a problem with him. No, but he did get caught out. I think it's like in the middle a bit.
Yeah. Go on, Kev.
Yeah, I was just going to touch up on it a bit more before we finish off. Like, if Tottenham have got 8 players on the halfway line, literally the whole team squad was on the back line, and we can't play one pass over the top. Yeah, to be on goal. It took us about 5 chances to get it right. That goes to show the level that we're on right now in regards to team unity. Because every single time the ball was going through, the player was going offside. It's a simple thing. Just run on goal, bend your run, and then the ball gets clipped over the top, and you're in on goal. It took us about 5.
Kev, the worst part is you can't be offside in your own half. I don't know why they just kept trying to run into the other half.
I just did not get what we was doing. And then when we did finally get through, wrong decision making once again. This game was given to us on a plate for us to get at least 8 or 9 goals. You couldn't have had a better opportunity to smash your biggest rivals, and we only scored 4 goals, and we just about got 2. You could have been 2-1.
Yeah.
Like, you see what I'm trying to say? Like, I just think we've got a lot to fucking do, man.
Yeah.
We've got a lot to
what I
do,
like about us as well is that even though it's not, we were like second best by the first half, but what I like about our side is that we just hang on in there, don't lose composure, like don't lose your discipline, just be focused, and then look what happened with Tottenham. They just crumbled because they cannot keep their discipline up. Romero the red card, Bidogi booked in the first half and then get second yellow. That is where I feel like our discipline itself, for me, that is the thing that I can say that's a positive part from a big derby and a big scale of magnitude like that. I don't know how they cope with that. It was amazing. Like, I never thought like in this kind of immature squad they can keep their discipline that high.
I think eventually we just figured out how to get around them. Which, like, we should have got to that point 20 minutes earlier. I was seeing the likes of Sterling just trying to dribble through players. Like, no, pass and move, bro. There are 9 players on the pitch.
It was easy. It
put us off our game, man. I think because these lot are young, yes, they were looking at all the space on the pitch and they just got carried away. That's what I think happened. In all honesty, I'm not even giving these lot excuses. But even Mudryk, he was looking at the pitch here when he came on, and he's probably thinking,
I was like,
bro, I'm looking at him like,
go
wide, bro. I don't know why they looked and they got, it's like a deer in headlights. That's the situation that I was watching the other day. That's why, like, people saying, oh, we're so bad and this was our worst performance, but you're not going to play 9 men every week. Do you get it? We actually played better when they had 11 men on the pitch. Let's be real about it. You know what I mean? We looked more fluid and we looked like we was attacking with better intent. The other day, it was just very rash, very, very rash, bro. You know what I mean? So we need to fix up, man. There's a lot. Like, Poch ain't going to be sick. No one can blame Poch for the players making poor decisions. No. You know what I mean? Even the camera went to him at one point and he was telling them, he was doing this. Relax. Do you know what I'm saying? Relax, right? But yeah, man, like Kev said, it should have been 8, man. 8 goals, 7 goals, and would be buzzing even more. You know what I mean? So we move, man. We move. That's all I can say about the performance, to be honest.
I do feel like we've gone through a lot in the last few weeks to get to a point where we're still angry about a 4-1 loss. But it says about where we want to be, which is what I like.
4-1 win. 4-1 win. 4-1 win.
It was 4-1 win.
I said 4-1 loss.
Bro,
yeah, but
you're too used to losing, bro.
It's been the last 18 months. It's taken so much out of us. That's why, like, I recognize the performance. Like, it does leave a lot to be desired, but still, we've just gone to Tottenham and just bagged 4. That's an insane statement. It's now just about building the momentum off that, because you've spoken about confidence. These players need confidence. Nicholas Jackson now has all the patience in the world that you could ask for. You just bagged the hat-trick against Tottenham away.
Nah,
Chelsea
I would disagree, you know. Nah, he's not getting... Bro, he's still getting slandered. Even after the hat-trick, he's still getting slandered.
I never thought I'd see one of our players get a hat-trick again at this rate, bro. I lost hope in seeing a player get a... When's the last time we seen a player get a hat-trick, bro?
Against the top 6, Samuel Eto'o.
Yeah, United, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
A decade ago.
Arsenal.
Yeah,
a long time ago.
Oh my
god.
God.
Eto'o scored against United. He scored a hat-trick against United at the Bridge.
When was our last...
No, Diego Costa. Diego Costa scored a hat-trick, fam.
Against the top 6. Against who, though? Was it Swansea?
Oh.
Yeah, it was Swansea. It was Swansea.
It was
top 6. Top 6 was probably Eto'o. Yeah, you're right.
It was Eto'o.
Well, I think Mount got our last hat-trick against Norwich.
That was against Norwich.
That was against Norwich.
Yeah, just in general, but I think that was our last hat-trick.
Oh, yeah.
We definitely didn't get one last season. No chance.
Definitely
not. I lost faith.
Last season.
Listen, I lost faith in a hat-trick, man. I lost hope. Start of the season of us getting a goal again. But I to a goal and bang 4. We've just been treated. But like I said, in regards to what you said about consistency, it's a hard word to use at Chelsea at the moment because there's no consistency. Like I said, we played shit against Tottenham and won 4. If you play like that against City, it's going to be licks. So I just don't know. It's just going to take every game as it comes. I'm not expecting anything against City. I don't know about yourselves.
Hey Kev, you know what the mad part is, yeah? Before we're getting to the City bit now. We're getting to the City bit now.
We can just let it flow. We can let it flow.
Cool. Kev, you know what the mad part is, yeah, bro? We haven't scored a goal against Man City since we beat them, right, in the Champions League final, right? And then, bloody hell, they're yet.
Top volley calling me, man.
Smash the likes for that ringtone. That is a classic ringtone right there, you know. But Kev, and City still ain't scored a goal at away at Tottenham at their new stadium yet, bro. I don't think. So it's actually mad, right? We just scored 4 against Tottenham. City are yet to score against them. Now we're coming up against them, and we're yet to score against them since the Champions League final. We must, right? I want to beat Man City. I can't even lie to you. Yeah, I want to beat Man City badly as well, bro. They haven't got John Stones. Apparently, he's out for a while. Haaland is yet to score against us as well, right? Yeah, I mean, Kovacic is out.
There's a certain way you can beat City, but you got to play a certain way. And Wolves, when they beat them a couple of weeks ago, they played exactly how. That's the only way you can beat them. A low block, get them on a counter attack, and just man mark Ireland. I think their centre back for Wolves, what's his name? He's played for West Ham.
Dawson.
Yeah, Dawson. Craig Dawson.
Dawson literally done that all game. Just had his hand on his back all game. Man marked him out the game. And then to score 2 goals off counter attacks. And I believe we can do the same thing. But if we try and play against City, that's when we fucked. You can't try and play against that, as you're just leaving too much space for Bernardo Silva to exploit, Doku to exploit, Grealish to exploit. So you just play a low block and hit him on a counter attack. And I think
why can't we play our game though, Kev? Because I've watched City a lot this year, and they're not looking at that level yet. You know what I'm saying? City normally kick into play like the second half of the season, that they just go and do a madness, yeah. But I'll be real with you, they haven't been looking as fluid as what they've been looking like last year, towards the end of last season. Doku, obviously, he's dangerous. He's one that listen. We need two fullbacks. We need two fullbacks against them. I don't want to see Levi at left back up against Man City. I don't want to see that again, right? I want to see a balanced lineup, because Levi got cooked by Kulusevski, right? He actually got cooked that game. And I said he would before the game as well. I said, I don't like that side. Do you know what I mean? But overall, Man City, bro, like, they haven't really clicked into gear as of yet. I know they had a good performance against Bournemouth, but I've been banging on about them. Bournemouth are crap, bro. And every single team should be going there and battering them. Arsenal battered them. We drew against them, which is disgusting. We should have battered them. The amount of chances that we had. You know what I mean? The amount of chances that we had. Sanchez had to save us during that game. So, Man City, bro, I'm not saying that we're better than them right now. All I'm saying is we can play our game against them, because we've got good players on the ball, bro. Do you know what I mean? And we've been playing good football in large parts against tougher opposition. So I don't really want us to just sit back and counter them. Like, I actually want us to give it a go.
It's just a hard one. It's just a hard one for me, because we're just so inconsistent with the balance of our team at the moment. I don't know what to even say anymore. It's what Chelsea's going to come. The one against Arsenal, the one against Brentford, the one against Tottenham, the one against, it's just 3 different Chelseas at the minute.
It's unpredictable. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
we haven't had that consistency run of performance the last couple of months now. That's been our issue.
I think the best way is for us to sit back. Like, I know I'd like us to go out and give them a game. We're getting cooked if we do that. We're definitely especially if we do the Sassy and Silva, because the pair of them aren't going to come back quickly enough.
Fuck you.
You're going to have at least Cole and Shield in there.
City are just too deadly on the transition. When they break the line, so when they play at the back and they get through your midfield breakage, you got Bernardo Silva running there, Grealish running there, Doku running there, Haaland. It's just too much. We ain't gonna be able to handle that shit, man. Unless we play our block and sit them on the counter, I can see him fucking us up, man. And I don't want that. It's been a long time. The only way we can beat him is if we do what Wolves did. Unfortunately, it's not going to be good on the eye. But if you want to, you've got to go into every single game with a tactical plan. And if you've seen Wolves beat them 2 weeks ago, you might as well try and replicate what they've done. If you try and play against them, they're just going to get in between the lines and fuck you up. That's what City do the best.
The biggest question with City is just going to be the same question that we always have. Will we bury our chances? Now, I know we scored 4 on Monday, but we are never, ever getting the same amount of clear-cut chances that we did on Monday. We're probably going to get about 2, 3, 4 at maximum.
But
we just play young boys.
We always create chances against City, bro. We always create chances against City, bro. Like, every time City batter us,
we always have to play on the back.
Listen, we went to,
like even if you think last season, like even last year when we played them in FA Cup, Carabao Cup, in the league, bro, we created chances against these lot with that crap team. But again, we just weren't burying them. That was the main problem with City. Like, City never dominate us for the whole game. Rarely. Like, we usually start off quite well against them. We usually get chances before them, usually, and then we just don't bury them, man. That's the story of us against City. They're very clinical against us. Very clinical against us. That's how we end up losing most of the time.
To be fair, Sterling missed a string at the Etihad last time we went there.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. We were probably at Etihad. We were probably the better team. No word. They played like the second. We both played our third team, to be truthfully honest. But we were better at the Etihad. But
by the way, Palmer cooked Aspilicueta that day.
Yep, I remember that. Like, who's this guy? Aspi, my guy, you might have to leave.
No, he retired him still.
He actually retired him, bro. He cooked him that day. Wow.
Dave.
Changing of the guard. I'm here for it. I'm sure Aspi understands and all of that. But yeah, 4-0 at the cup, we got cooked. Got 1-0. That was just an Ortega masterclass. And Lewis Hall missed like a string of chances.
Yeah.
What happened at the bridge? I remember Chukwuemeka had a chance to hit the post, but I think that was about it. I don't remember anything else.
And big games. That's all.
Oh yeah, I remember when Kwani hit the post. We was on top at that point, and then we just again mentality heads dropped. Graham Potter settings.
City played second gear at that game. They both like 2 games. See at the Stamford Bridge and then Etihad in the FA Cup. They both played second gear. We were that bad. Right.
Who would you guys start up top for this game? Who would your attack be?
I think you can't bench Jackson after this. You can't.
Yeah, it should be
Man's
Jackson.
just come off a hat trick away at Tottenham. You gotta let him run through.
Jackson, Palmer, and Sterling. It's got to be Jackson, Palmer, and Sterling again, isn't it?
I think the only change you really make in the lineup is you put Cucurella at left back. Other than that, I don't think any, maybe centre back, but I don't think the Sassio
midfield because I haven't seen
Enzo.
There's a possibility on the midfield because I haven't seen Enzo training today in the.
Oh, Enzo will be back. Trust me. This guy's South American, man. He'll be back. He'll be back by the weekend. I'll be real.
Yeah, I don't think unless we hear anything, I don't think there'll be any changes.
So what do you think about NQQ? Basically, is kind of fit, but I've heard some news today that they don't want to rush him back. So what do you think about
Brilliant.
that? Do you think
Brilliant?
Good.
Do not rush that brother back at all.
Yeah.
Like I'd love him to be ready for Newcastle, but if there is even a question mark about it, don't play him. Don't play him.
he's playing for leave him? Imagine his first game against Newcastle would be going to it, man. Like I think, but if he turns up, he's going to be a problem this season. Like he's the missing. Apart from one of a strike, I think he's the missing part in at number 10. Because Gallagher, all the running, all the endeavour, all that, I think it's there. But once again, he can't just find that vital pass. And I think if we get another striker with Nkunku, that's a game changer. That changes the whole look of our team. Just them two, Nkunku and Osimhen. Wow. Like
that's numbers. That's numbers, bro. Yeah. If you think about it, Osimhen, numbers, Palmer, numbers, Nkunku, numbers, Sterling, as inconsistent as he is, numbers. You're right, Kev. You're right.
Chelsea.
As much as you guys are gonna hype Nkunku starting, where's that leaving Mudryk then? Is he gonna be on the bench?
That's what I was gonna ask you, Fats.
Hey,
that's what I was gonna ask you, Fats. Fats and Lewis, yeah. Where would you guys play Nkunku? I had this conversation earlier in one of my group chats.
Attacking midfield, number 10.
Yeah, I think it's Gallagher that drops.
Yeah, Gallagher's dropped that far. I think he's gone. Gallagher's gone in January. I think he's gone.
You think he's gone? Nah, I think he's gonna get you.
Either January or summer. We need to get money.
He's getting a new contract. Now I'll be real with you, yeah. Like you see one thing about Gallagher. For me, he's not my type of player, but I can appreciate the quality that he brings off the. I can appreciate the quality that he brings off the ball. You know what I mean? And having him like a squad player off the bench, certain games just pressing man when everyone's tired. Key, bro. He can be key for games like that.
Gallagher, the squad player, I'm here for it. I'm here.
Yeah,
you need man starting week in, week out. It's not about having all these tricky players and these school. You need man like Gallagher that's going to get the dirty work done. Just no other player in the Premier League this season has won as many balls in the opposite half than Gallagher this season.
He's created 5 big chances this year.
I think he's got most this season.
I'm just going to say, if we do get offers to Gallagher, I'll sell it. If we do get good offers.
Hey, if we get a good offer, I mean, everyone's got a price. The
thing is, do you know what it is, Fats? Like, for me, I would only sell him if it meant that if Poch says I'm not taking this guy out of my 11, then I would have to sell him, right? For me, I think he's a good squad player. And on top of that, bro, his injury record, the guy is always available. That's one thing about him. Gallagher's reliable, bro. He never gets injured. And he's always working. Right, that's one thing I can give him. And on the ball, he's improved. I've criticized Gallagher over the years, right? But I'm gonna be honest now. Yeah, let's be real about it. He has improved on the ball, okay, and that's down to Pochettino. We've got to give Pochettino props for this because if you look at Gallagher last year with Frank Lampard and Graham Potter, every time you see him on the pitch, the guy looked like he didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know what he was doing. Giving the ball away. It's very clear. If you've played football, it's very clear when you're looking at players. And they don't know what they're doing. But now Gallagher, it's like he's got clear instructions. And not just him. Every single player on the pitch now, they know what they're doing off the ball. They know what they're supposed to be doing on the ball. We look very well drilled. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why when we played Spurs the other day, I was disappointed with that first 10 minutes. Because I was like, bro, where's this shape gone? All season I've been bigging us up off the ball. I've been saying we look really well drilled. Do you know what I'm saying? So listen, hats off to Gallagher, man. Because he's turning the leaf. I'm not saying he's turned it completely. But I think if we do get that chance to keep him, we should keep him as a squad player. I'll be real with you. We should definitely keep him as a squad player, man.
Yeah, I'm here for it as well. As long as if we get something along the lines of maybe a 55, 60 million bid or something, I'd be like, you know what, fair enough. Or especially if Chelsea don't plan on re-signing him. Because we know the idea of Cobham players, they're straight profit on the FFP books. Chalobah's going for exactly that reason. If it's the same thing for Conor Gallagher, then it's whatever. Then we already know where we stand with Gallagher in the first place.
If
He's a utility man. He's a utility man. Nothing more, nothing less.
Apparently, Gallagher out and that Ritz from Bayern Leverkusen. Have you seen how silky he looks? Like,
Yeah,
I'm
I've
all
seen
for that.
Verts.
Ritz from
Verts. It's Verts.
Verts.
Yeah, Verts. Verts.
Oh,
Yeah.
Verts. Oh, Verts. Is it? Yeah, Verts.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, he looks like a proper number 10. That is a number 10. Someone that can get the ball in the half turn, got the eye for a pass, eye for a goal. Gallagher's not that guy, unfortunately. But if you want to go, what's going to give you 100% every game, regardless of coming off the bench, he's not going to let you down. Gallagher's the one, but we need more assists, man. Like I said, he's created 5 big chances all season. Before 13 games into the season, it's not good enough considering he's played how many games, created 5 chances. That's not fucking good enough, man.
I think that's decent, though. I think that's decent. You know, he's actually in the top. I think he's in the top 15 or something like that. He's created more big chances than Odegaard, more big chances than Saka. I looked at the list earlier, bro. It's actually Cole Palmer's created 4. He's created 5. That's actually a decent return. It's not that bad, bro. It's actually not that bad. It's not that bad of a return, in my opinion. I'll be real. And I'm someone that's always criticized Gallagher, bro. I'll be real.
De Bruyne creates 5 big chances in the fucking game, blood.
Big chances are different, though. Big chances are different. I think Salah's got the most. He's sitting on 11 so far. So 5 actually isn't that bad. It's actually decent. It's actually a decent amount.
It's not too bad. The guy's clearly improved and everything. It's just it all depends. It's not even about his performances, if anything. It's about the contract. Do Chelsea want to keep him or not? Because if not, then there's no point even debating it. He's got 18 months left in January. So if he gets offered a new deal, I guess we know where we stand. Until then, I think we kind of still have to anticipate that Gallagher could be leaving in general.
The problem with Gallagher,
he has more money.
The problem with Gallagher is when we face low blocks because the quality on the ball is just not there to break teams down. And that's where I've got to agree with you, Kev. Yeah, like he hasn't got that creative gene in him. Do you know what I mean? I know the numbers are saying something else, but when you actually watch him and that, he's not like a Cole Palmer, for example. He's not like an Nkunku. He's not a Verts. You know what I mean? He's not Florian Verts. You know.
You can. I was watching the game the other day, and like I can see it in my own eyes. Yeah, you got the defense in the midfield. He should be running in between there. He should be there automatically. He always looks like he's running into the space. You should be receiving the ball in the space, if you know what I mean. So the striker's there. You should be running into space on the half turn, nipping the ball around. One matter for us a few years ago. That's a number 10.
Yeah.
One matter.
Yeah. Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer
as well.
Cole Palmer.
Yeah. He's a limited footballer. He's very basic. You know what I mean? But again, he's a utility man. So I'll be happy to keep him in the squad, but not in the 11, man. Not long term.
Would you start Cole Palmer if in Cook comes back? Would you start Cole Palmer as a 10 or on the right, or maybe in Nkunku as a 10? He can play. I would start
Nkunku on the left. I'd actually start Nkunku on the left, Palmer in the 10, Sterling on the right, and Jackson up top. That's what I would do personally.
Yeah, that's it. That's the team for me. Like Mudryk will find his way into the team in due time, but nah. And Nkunku comes in. I think Gallagher comes out. Maybe just rotate depending on form and everything like that. Although one game a week always makes it difficult in general.
Palmer's the most creative player, bro.
So we got 2 number 10s then. Gallagher and Chukwuemeka on the bench.
Chukwuemeka needs to be going on loan realistically.
Really?
Chukwuemeka and Madueke, to be honest, as well. I think the pair of them need loan spells. They're not going to get the minutes they need here.
Carney's good, man.
Madueke, man.
He's good, but like if Gallagher's not being sold, we got 1 game a week and Gallagher's going to be the backup. Like Chukwuemeka is seeing limited minutes and it's just wasting another year for him.
I think
he definitely needs a loan out of everybody. Even Madueke, Chukwuemeka needs a loan over him.
So Chukwuemeka's Burnley apparently wanted him there. They started the season. That'd be a good move for him, to be honest.
Yes, send him over there for a few months.
40 million under drain.
Potter refused to play this guy. Lampard took him out of the under-21s World Cup just to give him like 1 start against Man United, and that was
I remember that.
Now he has 2 games and then gets injured. He's wasting his time here.
What's actually happening with Broja right now? I feel like this guy just doesn't exist, bro. What's going
Bro,
on with
the
him?
guy
Right
did
now?
one knee and then he got back and he did his other. Like, it's the worst. Like, he's another one that needs to just go on loan.
Do you know how I look?
Loan him out.
You know how I look at it, Lewis. Yeah, I know right now our team is pretty congested, but I think it's kind of good how we've done it because we've been quite proactive. Because if you think about it, the aim is to get back into Europe, and when you're back in Europe, bro, that's more than one game a week. You're in 4 different competitions. We can see already that Chelsea, we can't buy luck. We can't buy luck when it comes to injuries, yeah. And as much as I've said Gallagher never gets injured, now I've said that before you know it, this guy's gonna pick something up. Do you know what I'm saying? So, as much as I agree with what you're saying in terms of game time for Carney, I think we can definitely. I don't know, man. We can use him. We can use him in the squad somehow. Whether that's in the cup competitions, having a stronger bench, because you got to look at that as well. I don't want to be seeing a bench full of guys that we don't even know. You know what I'm saying? So,
like, if we look at Cam options,
and it's 5 subs. Don't forget, it's 5 subs, by the way, Lewis.
I hear it, but if we're looking in terms of Cam options, we're gonna have Nkuku, we're going to have Gallagher, we're gonna potentially have Cole Palmer in there as well, because then you could put one of the actual wingers in there, like maybe Noni or something like that.
Possibly Enzo if Lavia comes back.
Carney can play off the left as
I
well.
wouldn't have
He can
Enzo
definitely
in
play
the
off the
10.
left. Yeah, no, Enzo not in the 10. No. But Carney can play off the left. He drifts into the midfield, quite similar to Nkuku. He's not going to give you that.
But then he's competing with Sterling, Mudryk, and Nkuku for that spot. Like, it's just limited for him, and you know Poch is going to value experience.
Yeah, facts.
Like, I'd like to see Chukwuemeka make it through it, but I don't see where he gets game time now. His opportunity was the Nkuku injury, and then he pulled up an injury the game after, and it's just the worst luck in the world.
Yeah. It's true, man.
It's a shame, but we'll see what happens when he's back. Onto a couple of transfer news. Like, there was something on Ivan Toney and Arsenal where it seems like they might not be able to afford him in January. Yeah, that was it. It was an Athletic article. Arsenal like Ivan Toney. Issue for Arsenal is finding a way to pull the deal off due to financial issues. Arsenal will need to sell big in January to finance a move for Toney, or hope the owners advance them another substantial loan, which I think does give us a little bit of optimism in the potential race for Toney, because it's only really been Chelsea and Arsenal with serious interest. But I don't think we need to sell in order to be able to get him. I think as well, because we're not in Europe, we can still amortize the transfer over 7 years. Yeah. So Loki, it looks like Toney in January might be a very, very big opportunity for us.
We've only got one out-and-out striker in the squad, and that's Jackson. Jackson gets injured now, we are fucked because we're gonna have to play Palmer in the force number 9. So it's a no-brainer. We need a number 9 in the team now. We haven't. Hugh's number 9 for Chelsea at the minute.
If it's not Jackson, it's Palmer. That's our best
number
hope.
15. No, we haven't got a number. Jackson's 15. We haven't got a number 9 with Chelsea Football Club, biggest team in London, one of the biggest teams in the world. Haven't got a fucking number 9 in this one.
Number 9, yeah, or the actual number, yeah.
Just get a man in, Austin and Toney, just pay the money. Obviously, there's been talks about is £120 million too much to Austin, and no, it's not. Because think if you pay £120 million for Enzo and Caicedo, Osimhen's probably worth 160, 170 million in that sense. You pay more for strikers. You pay more for strikers, don't you?
That's amortization, eh?
Let me ask you a question again. Who do you prefer?
I prefer Osimhen, but Toney's not bad. If the both were standing in front of me now and I was Chelsea manager, you go with Osimhen, wouldn't you?
I am not picky. If you ask me Toney or Osimhen, my answer is yes. That's just it.
How about you, Pat?
Osimhen all day for me. Simple as that. Even
though
we could push ourselves first into the race for Osimhen.
Yeah, we're gonna have to face PSG and Real Madrid for Osimhen. So
I don't think Real Madrid are going for Osimhen. I'll be real. I think they're going to go for
They
Mbappe.
can't offer a direct replacement that's proven in Italy. We can. That's the difference. Like, to me, I'm taking Lukaku straight from Roma and I'm throwing them to Napoli. Like, there's your replacement. Top of the list.
This is what's going to happen in the summer, probably. Mbappe go to Real Madrid and PSG going to get.
Apparently, Madrid have pulled out of the Mbappe race.
Yeah. I'm taking off a pinch of salt, man. I'm waiting until the summer. I've seen a few Chelsea fans getting happy and that. I know Todd Bowley's going to be interested, but I think it's written. He's going to go Madrid, man.
Oh, speaking of Napoli, little bit of loan watch. Datro Fofana's just scored against Napoli.
Well done.
I'm watching it now. Yeah, it's a nice little breakaway. Fofana's outside the box. No, it's blocked. He scored the rebound. It was a rebound.
What's going to happen to him then?
We'll take it.
For me, yeah, there's benefits. There's benefits to Tony and Osimhen. Like my first option is Tony because number one, Premier League proven, again proven bagsman, and I think as a footballer he offers more than Osimhen. He's like a diet version of Kane if you watch him from his passing, how he drops deep, how he links up play, and all of that. But I think in the box, Osimhen's more dangerous, and obviously Osimhen's younger, so we're gonna have him for a longer period of time. Tony's what 27 now.
Yeah, Osimhen's
Tony's 27 now.
Osimhen's like Haaland in the box. That's how deadly the guy is.
Yeah.
If he put balls in the box, his leap, the way he can jump, his leap's up there with Ronaldo. Put anything in that box in the back post, he's getting there.
Yeah.
We haven't got that kind of. Jackson's not that guy. Jackson missed the right against Tottenham. So the city he missed with his head. That header against Tottenham. How is he missing that, blood? And you want us?
Osimhen.
Put them chances away. Osimhen's bagging that without a fucking chance.
That's why slowly I'm warming more to Osimhen in a way, yeah. Because like you said, Kev, he finds himself in the danger zones in the area. You know what I mean? In the box, he's always in the danger zones. And there's so many games this year where I can pick out 1,000,001 examples, yeah, of where we're whipping it into the danger zone and no one's there. And I'm looking at it like, brother, if Osimhen was there, that's a goal. If Osimhen's there, that's a goal. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm swinging between both. If we can get Osimhen in January, hey, go for it because he's younger, yeah. But if he's not attainable in January, then we're gonna have to go get Tony, man. Because
we won't get him in January.
We won't get him. Tony.
We have anything's possible with Todd Bowley and them lot, man. I'll be real with you lot. Like,
you know what Napoli are like in negotiations.
I know, but their president's come out and said a few things already about it. Osimhen's obviously not
selling him with a year left.
Napoli.
It's a year left in the summer, isn't it? It's like Koulibaly. They held him for years until he had a year left. Then they were like, okay,
cool. Now we're selling. Napoli don't sell to anybody. Period.
This is the problem.
When has everybody gone to Napoli?
It's like Enzo Fernandez at Benfica though last year.
Yeah. That's the main problem, innit? But for me, listen, Arsenal, they score goals regardless. We don't. We need a striker more than them. As much as they think they need a striker to win the league, which I agree with, we need a striker just to win games in every competition. Do you know what I mean? So we need to make sure, that we get one of them done in January. We can't leave January empty-handed, man. No way.
I hear it. It's just I don't think we get anywhere with Napoli. These men will just be stubborn for a month and just be like, oh well. Brentford is our best opportunity if you want a January move. If you're willing to wait till the summer, I would entertain Osimhen by then. But now I think it's just unrealistic unless you're willing to slap 300 million on the table. Because I think you're looking at 250, 300 or something that's just stupid.
Yeah, Osimhen in January, it's unrealistic. But in the world of Todd Bowley and Igbali, boy, you just never know, man. You just never know. That's how I put it.
Just one other bit of news that I saw come out today. Chelsea defender Thiago Silva is in talks with Fluminense over a return to Brazil after the current season. Now, there has been a lot of debate, especially on my streams, about Thiago Silva's influence within the squad. And it's not really been a question about his ability, just more, is Thiago Silva head and shoulders above everybody else that we would start him week in and week out over potentially building a back to and building an understanding over this season because they're going to be our long-term options. Now, with that in mind, where is everyone on Thiago Silva potentially going back to Brazil in the summer? Because to me, I'm putting the ball in his court. Whatever you want. Like, I don't mind keeping him for the whole experience factor, but we do need to realistically look at phasing him out of the squad as well.
Look, I can't lie. He wants everything now. Like Copa America, everything in the Chelsea.
He needs a league though.
He needs a league, but do I think that it's going to stay another year? Highly doubt it. Like, if he wants to stay for one more year to get us to, challenging that Man City table, then I'm all for it. But again, like you said, maybe it's his decision at the end of the day. Like, you already want everything. You have Champions League, Club World Cup, Super Cup. You haven't won, like, the only three trophies that you haven't won, like Premier League, FA Cup, and Carabao Cup. So it's up to him. If he wants to stay here, cool. If he wants to go
personally, It's time to go. Nah, joking. I just think he's coming 40. He's turning 40 years old next year, man. To think that we've got a 40-year-old player in the team is fucking mad. Like, he's old enough to be man's dad. He's old enough to be Palmer's dad. You know what I'm trying to say? And he's starting the team. I think he's
you know what they say? They're aging like a fine wine. Look at what
yeah. I think
he's still running, but he's running like a proper 30-year-old defender.
Yeah. I think he's past this. Personally, I think he's past this all-boy day. I think this could be his last year. I think you go to Fluminense, probably win something over there his last year, and then just retire. But he'll always have a place in our hearts. Absolutely phenomenal, professional. I think he's really going to give a lot of advice to the lads now. I think if you're Badashile, if you're Cole, if you're Disasi, you should be around him in training every single day. Just asking him, what do you do? Just learn off the man. And that's what you should be doing now. He should be like a bit of an advisor. Like I said at the start, I wanted to keep Cesar as the creator just for that reason as well. Do you need these kind of pros?
He was finished.
He
was finished. Well, Silva's not at that stage yet. Aspi was finished.
Yeah, but it's just to have him there in the change rooms. You need, like, Dave was finished, but he wasn't finished in a sense where he could advise James, he could advise Gusto. You know, you need these players in the change room. But for me, it's sad to see Silva go, but I think it's time now. I think it's his last season.
Yeah, man. Same. I echo those thoughts, man. I think it's time to now start giving other people opportunities that we're going to build with in the future, like Badia Shield. Apparently, Chelsea are looking at a new centre back as well. Like right now, we're scouting for a new centre back, so we must know that Silva's leaving. I wasn't happy with his performances at the beginning of the season, to be fair. But listen, the past few games, he's been one of our better players, man. Silva's been solid. He's been good. I look at this guy and it's like, bruv, when are you going to break down? He's 39 and he's still playing like this. So yeah, I'm a bit like you, Lewis. Like if he wants to leave, listen, he's got all our blessings to leave. But if he carries on playing like this and he's still at that level, listen, Pepe's 40, he's still scoring in the Champions League right now. So we could do with that experience around the team, innit? So even if it's like a player coach sort of thing next season, I don't know. Because
that's the thing. I don't know where we're finishing
always speaking.
Europe. I'm not sure where we finish in terms of Europe. Like if we're in Europa or God forbid Conference League, we have to be in Europe regardless. I'll take it as a consolation prize. But if we're in one of those lower European leagues, I'm just thinking a player like Thiago Silva in the Europa League that's it. You ain't conceding a single goal in there. Plus, I do think the defenders learn a lot from him. So I do think it would be good to have him within the squad. It's just we need to find a way to phase him out slowly. Because, like,
he's not letting us. He's been playing well.
I wouldn't say he's head and shoulders above everybody else to a point where you shouldn't be playing another two, like let's say a Disasi or a Badia Shield or something, or maybe what's his name, Colwell as well, potentially at centre back, because I do think it's very important for us to build that partnership for the future as well. So it's like it's a bit of a headache for Poch. It's like, do you want to be ready for the short term? Because Thiago Silva is still potentially our best centre-back right now. I'd say it's him or Disasi for centre-back of the season so far. But on the other hand, you got to think long-term for talking about a process and everything. Silva ain't going to be here in the long term.
Spot on.
I just think it
has to be his last season, man.
If you're Thiago Silva, you want to retire somewhere where you're getting games. I think Poch has already probably painted the picture now that, to see out the rest of the season, give him a standing ovation, and then we'll go to Fluminense, back home, probably win himself a league title over there and retire with his head held high. But we just need to start building our project now, and I think Silva's not a long-term project. I think he's there just to help the youth in and around the team. Got linked with that Diamande from Sporting Lisbon, if you've seen him.
Yeah.
It's fucking absolutely solid. And Arsenal won it. Diamande, please. Yeah.
I don't really get that though, because we've still got Fofana coming back. I know long term his injuries they're a myth, but that's going to be a headache in itself, man.
I think we're going to do a Gusto. We're doing what we did with Gusto. We're going to buy them and probably loan them back for the rest. It's the only thing that makes sense. If you're buying him as a literal Chalobah replacement, you can't even get into the team. You got to loan the guy back. Otherwise, what are we doing?
But thinking though, the Demande, he's only 19 years old, so he's a kid. So it's not a rush. He knows if he comes to Chelsea, he's going to be slowly embedded into the team. And
The only thing with me, I don't want to cluster that position too much. As much as we're hopefully going to be back in Europe, centre backs, you can't keep chopping and changing them, man. It's like a goalkeeper. You know what I mean? You can't keep changing centre back pairings every single week.
That's the issue, isn't it? Because we haven't.
You realise Chalobah's going, Thiago Silva's going. So it's 2 out, 1 in. So we'll have 4 centre backs: Colwell, Balashile, Disasi, and at Diamande will be our centre backs, won't it?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and then obviously Fofana, and then sometimes we could play 3 centre backs against a certain opposition.
As well. You go. Yeah. Fofana can play right back. Disasi can play right back. Colwell can play left back. So it's one of the ones he can.
By the way, I never want to see Disasi play at right back again. I never want to see that again, ever. Yeah, please.
I want to see Colwell at left back again. Let's just play players at their best position and just leave it there.
Speaking of left back, anyone inclined to go for Alphonso Davies?
Yep, that would be the guy that I'll be onto in the summer, bro. Yeah, because that side, if you think about it, we've only got Cucurella. Ben Chilwell, he's unreliable and he's not at the level that we need going forward. Davis would be spot on for what we need, man. Definitely,
he's not going to leave. That's unrealistic at this present time because you think Bayern are fucking cooking in the Champions League, cooking every single season, winning stuff. He's not going to want to leave Bayern and come to Chelsea right now unless we've got Champions League to offer him. And then we can start talking about.
Yeah, that's why I need to get back in there. To be fair, he's a Chelsea fan. To be fair, and when we played them under Frank, when they cooked us, he was cooking us. Oh my gosh, that game was just embarrassing. Seeing what he was doing against us, bro.
I'd say if we get into Europa at least, I think that would be enough. Like, I think not being out of the Champions League, it doesn't do you too much damage as long as you don't spend too long out of there. Getting back into Europa League, you still got a little bit of pull about you. It just depends on the club and the way you advertise it to the player. So Alphonso Davies could be a potential shout. It's just who leaves. Because I don't want to sell Cucurella, but I don't believe Poch or Chelsea is ready to let go.
It's Chilwell right now, but I can't forget Chilwell's Champions League winnings. Yeah, when he was at Ostend, he was probably one of the best left backs in probably one of the best left backs in the world at that point. So if he can regain that form, regain some fitness, he's probably saved his spot in the team. But right now, as we speak, too inconsistent, too injury prone. He's not ticking the right boxes to be a Chelsea caliber left back. Or right now, you'd have to keep Cucurella, wouldn't you? Cucurella's come back from nowhere, and his defensive skills.
But this is the thing, though, Kev. This is the thing, though. That people think that footballers aren't human, yeah. Because you see, when we signed Cucurella, I was gassed, bro. Because when he was going Man City, I was jealous. I was like, yo, this guy was cooking at Brighton. Peppers pulled off another masterclass, and then we came and got him, yeah. But last year, the guy had tonsillitis. He was hospitalized for a week. His house got burgled. If you guys remembered when he first came, he was working with a manager that he worked with before that knew him, but had no idea what he was doing with this squad, chopping and changing every single week. He worked with another manager that shouldn't even be managing anymore, Frank Lampard, right? And it was a shit team. It was a mess. So I was looking at it like, I'm not going to just write him off because he was actually good at Brighton. And now I'm seeing the Cucurella that I was seeing at Brighton. Now he's a little bit more settled. Now he's got a proper coach. Now he's got better players around him. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, the guy's got liabilities. His concentration's a bit meaty. Like last year against Dortmund, he played very well. But there were certain games where he can have a sick... What game was that, Lewis? Where he was good,
Villa.
And then...
Villa.
I think it was Dortmund at home. Was it Dortmund at home?
Yeah. It must have been where the ball went over his head, didn't it?
Yeah, Dortmund.
No, that was Villa.
That was Villa. He was good for like 70 minutes, 75 minutes, and then lack of concentration, he fell off. But this year, I haven't seen the guy losing concentration. You know, he's in the duels. He's active on the ball as well. He doesn't hesitate. He sees the pass. He just plays what he sees. He's a good player, man. He's a good player, and hopefully he carries on improving. But people need to remember that footballers are human, man. These things happen.
That's why with Chilwell, I'm going to give him till when he comes back because he's had his off-the-field issues as well. But if he ain't beaten those demons by then and he's still the same Chilwell, then it's like to me, it's like, yeah, thank you for 2021. Always respect you, but yeah, the time has come. The time has come. But the time has also come for the end of the stream as well. It's been great to come on and chop up Chelsea yet again. Let us know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you agree or disagree, whatever, just let us know and we'll interact with you as much as possible. Check out everybody's socials. Again, just the name on the bottom left. So have a check out of everyone's socials on that. And yeah, big up everybody. We'll be back next week, hopefully after another win. God willing, imagine it would be ridiculous. But big up everybody, like, subscribe, and as always, up the Chelsea.